Welcome to our series, Homebuyer Mistakes, and today's big mistake is shopping without your wallet. Tom, have you ever done that? Gone to the store, forgot your wallet?
Oh, I kind of do it on purpose now, John, because it's the way I get out of there without having to spend any money.
Sometimes they let you go if the bill's small enough, you just can't go back for a while.
Hey, when I go out with my wife, I normally try to accidentally forget my wallet.
Tom. Looking at houses without getting pre-approved up front, that's a lot like that, Tom, like going to the store and forgetting your money. You're not going to get far without a pre-approval. Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever had a buyer come to you in a scramble? They found the house and they want you to get them pre-approved real quick?
John, I would say it unfortunately probably happens a little bit more than what you'd want to admit. The number of times that somebody shows up and says, I need a pre-approval right now. My offer is already in, or my agent is waiting. It happens sometimes, so it puts a little stress on it. But the great news for us, John, is that, gosh, probably within 30, 45 minutes, we can knock out a pre-approval pretty quick.
Yeah, and that's why this is a big no-no. We don't want you to go out there and start looking at homes without the pre-approval. It's really not that difficult to get everything done. Tom and his team have made it really easy to get you fully pre-approved so that you can go out and buy a house with confidence.
Part of why that's so important is that a lot of times people don't have a clear way to tie the payment to the purchase price that they're looking at. They might think, oh, I can buy something at $300,000, but then the payment is $200 or $300 or $400 more than what they want to spend. And so you have to dial that back in to make sure that the price they're looking at, they can obviously qualify for, but most importantly, it's the payment that they want too. So they're not out there looking at things that they can't go after.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is that causes people to pump the brakes on this. I know it's a little uneasy talking with somebody. Maybe they've never spoken with a loan officer before about finances, and that's a little bit weird. It kind of feels like you're standing in front of some stranger naked, telling them all about all your stuff, but it's really something you've got to get out of the way. Otherwise, no seller is going to take you serious.
Oh, you'll never get an offer accepted without the pre-approval.
Denied.
I mean, unless you get that one rare house that somebody's just desperately got to sell. I mean, they're looking for somebody they know that can close.
So, yeah, I know, people, I'm sure that this is kind of what must go through their mind is it's just uncomfortable to do it, but it's really not like that at all. I mean, Tom, it's kind of like going to the doctor and having an exam, a physical. Those people perform physicals all the time. You're not the first person that they've had to do that for, and you've done thousands of loan applications, have you not?
Absolutely. Yeah. And, while it may start out as uncomfortable, I think when they realize that I'm on their team to help them get the financing more than being the bank and being against them and like really trying to scope everything out, I think that really lowers the bar pretty quickly on them feeling more comfortable.
For sure. And, at the end of the day, their information is going to be private. No one's going to look down on them, and no one's perfect anyhow. And our job, our desire is to help you find the best home, find the best loan, and put you in the best spot possible right up front. And that's why I always get my buyers pre-approved right up front. And we don't want to just get them pre-qualified. We've talked about that before. We want to make sure that they turn in the documentation that they need so they're in the strongest position possible.
Yeah, John, we've talked about, there are a couple of boxes on those pre-approvals that, some agents now that are listing agents, if it shows up with boxes all checked no, they just don't think that they've done anything or that they really are pre-approved. So, I mean, the better job that we do up front, you always set them up to do the right thing. The better their offer goes in, the more likely they are to get the house and the offer accepted.
For sure. And one thing I can tell you is once you go through this, you'll know exactly where you stand and you'll know what your numbers are. And that way you'll have a price range and a payment range that you can shop within, and you'll have a lot more confidence. And it's funny because knowing this is going to take away a lot of the pressure that you feel right now if you're thinking about buying a home. Getting pre-approved up front is really going to add a lot of relief to your process rather than adding stress to it.
Totally agree with that, John.
Now, once you have the facts, you'll be able to decide if you want to buy something for a little bit less than you qualify for, or if you want to get as much house as possible. Just having these numbers up front is going to be able to help you be able to shop with confidence and find the home that's the right fit for you. Now, maybe you're getting a raise in a few weeks, and you know that that max payment that Tom's going to quote you is going to be super comfortable because you're going to have more money coming in to the household at that point. And it's going to be easier for you to do once that raise comes in. Maybe you've got a roommate or a spouse whose income for one reason or another can't be included on the loan application, but you know you've got that income to count on. And that way you can also be able to shop more liberally, knowing that you've got that additional income. You just can't put it on the loan application. Now, make sure to check out our next video, Homebuyer Mistakes, Understanding the Cost of Home Ownership. We'll see you there.